This is such a small map. True. It just means that less happens in a smaller area rather than nothing happening on a big area. So if something does happen, you can actually get to it. Alright, so advanced railguns. Star Fortress. It's about time I got it.
Research actualized.
And food production is up. Don't really need chemical bliss. Let's get the tile blocker stuff done. Colin Prime is getting the production stuff done. There we go, no unemployment. I can start saving up for the 20,000 minerals I need again. What about the Khan? Didn't happen. Which is weird, because there are 2 Marauders. And the Fallen Empire hasn't awoken either. About the only thing mixing things up in this galaxy right now is the Giro destroyers, which are thankfully big enough where they can actually survive against a federation of 2 fighting them. And you're even holding on to that little spot up there somehow. Must have really good access to their back line. Jessica Prime, do you seriously have unemployment? Wow. Of all the things I did not expect, that is definitely up there. This is just spending all of my Senate bloody minerals again. I need to up my mineral production, I really do. Oh, I know why. It's because as I'm building more factories, I'm getting less minerals. I'm just going to spam out a bunch of mining districts for the smaller planets. Guardian Point Defense. Reactor Booster is irrelevant, so is the Global Energy Management. Proton Launchers, sure. From what I've seen, I think the Marauders are broken right now. Oh. Right, let's get secure shipping. Base trade protection goes up. And then we're just 2 away from finishing off diplomacy and increasing my trust cap with everybody. Which should make it easier for me to join their federation.
Research actualized.
Although we're only 5 months away from having the required materials to re-embrace xenophobia. No, cinephilia. That's the one.
Upscaling complete.
Those are branches.
Research actualized.
Mike has been transformed into an ocean world. There it is. And that gets rid of all the blockers. May also have gotten rid of all the rares. Was it Mike that was producing the gas? Or was it Stephen? No. I have a feeling it was Mike. No, it's Ross. Where are they? Gas extraction wells. It was Ross. Alright, so Colin, how would you like to become an ocean world as well? You would. I'm very pleased to hear that. Colin. Colin is an arid world. You guys are not arid though, are you? Savannah. Desert. Your preference. Arid is 60%. Arid is 60%. I think I'm going to keep those as is. Zach Prime being an alpine. Yeah, these guys prefer alpine. Arctic. Alpine. So we'll leave that one as is. Tropical. Do I have anyone that actually prefers tropical? I don't think so. I think everyone here is ocean. Yeah, so the these ones we can convert to being ocean. Same as Sergei. It's just so cheap. Terraforming should not be this cheap. And then we have a Gaia world, which we're not touching. Okay, research complete. Tomb world habitability. There it is, Ministry of Production. That's the one I wanted.
Research actualized.
And the droid destroyers have insulted me. They're like, how dare you build so many ocean worlds? We want ocean worlds. Can we have ocean worlds?
Upscaling complete.
And I feel like I could start importing less consumer goods, but also, nah, I make enough money. Once I have an ecumenopolis, you can probably turn most other planets into mining farming worlds. I mean, they already kind of are. The only 3 planets which are not dedicated to those districts are my top 3. Saberbane is approaching the limits of his abilities, that's unfortunate. So Caldelon, Jessica and Stephen are all tech. Ross is agriculture, is like 100% agriculture. Mike is a mixture of most things that I need, although quite a lot of industry at the moment. A lot of civilian industry. Colin's mostly alloys. Colin Secundus is mostly consumer goods industry. And then Zach, Jackson, Nathaniel are a mixture of anything, and then Sergei is trade. I don't know why Sergei is trade. It's the furthest away. That was actually kind of a mistake. I should probably have made, like, Mike into trade. Although at the time, I needed industry. What I really need, though, is mining. Colin could do one. Mike could do one. And one of the nice things of doing it this way is I got rid of all the blockers. So I saved a small fortune on blocker removal. In fact, removing blockers was probably more expensive than terraforming the planet.
Upscaling complete.
Ross has a job. He's my agricultural place. Oh, and I need to get rid of Saberbane. Mining station output. We did kind of decide that that could include gas production and crystals and all that stuff. So we'll take a look. Has my economy snowballed yet? Yeah. Considering I'm just going click, 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 build me all the things, click, 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 click. It was close though. Like, I brought the economy to the brink of just collapse. It was in freefall for a while. But now it's like super strong.
Ships upscaled. Upscaling complete.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, there is unemployment. Hydroponics. I'm a bit surprised that we've not... Oh, jeez. Hey, Shenria. I'm a bit surprised. Whenever I see that number, like, ah! Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? Great to see you. Hello, hello, hello. We are just making loads of money. You might actually be in time to see me building an Ecumenopolis, though. I'm currently trying to save up the minerals. We've only got another 19,742 minerals to go. But it's minerals, and they're usually pretty quick to get. So what was I saying? I was trying to build hydroponics, and I'm surprised that there's no hydroponic upgrade. Where is the hydroponics? There it is.
Research actualized.
I should really use the filters more often than I do. All your caffeine belong to you. My tea is mine.
Research
If you want some tea, I'm sure I could spare a little. When you think the gene clinic's almost a reality today, yeah, that's true. So what have you been playing, Shen? You've also been doing this. How's the campaign going? This one's going well, although we are in the mid-late game stalemate thing where nothing has happened for a while. Although, I think that we might be having an AI issue very, very soon. That definitely seems to be a thing that's going on. But basically, I'm trying to join the Adik's Federation, but they're not letting pacifists in. So I'm trying really hard to lose my pacifism so I can join their little club. Except they're currently fighting the Purgers, so I can't join now even if I wanted to. Although that said, I think I can now press the button which gets rid of the pacifists. Which is going to be you. Embrace faction. So we're going to become fanatic xenophiles. It should get rid of the one with the smallest support. It did. And there we go. We are now egalitarian xenophiles. We are no longer pacifists. Which means, in terms of policies, I can now go unrestricted wars. Which means I can now join their little club. Awesome. Why is the Viking drinking tea? Aren't they supposed to drink alcohol? Well, the problem is, if you have a drinking horn and you put hot drinks in it, then it tends to... Actually, that's just reinforcing the argument, why am I not drinking tea? Or why am I drinking not mead? Because I wouldn't be coherent if I did. One of the orbital mining stations appears to have suffered a major systems malfunction. Sector management launched an on-site investigation when the station crew failed to answer scheduled hails. Despite a notable increase in mining output, upon investigation it became apparent our station's life support systems underwent a cascade of terminal failures, resulting in the death of all crew members by suffocation. Incredibly, the station AI has been continuing its operations unmanned, based on procedures established by the crew members prior to the untimely demise. With a few minor adjustments, the effectiveness of this now automated station could be maintained. A tragedy with a silver lining. Let the station AI continue running operations completely unmanned. I'm sure that this is going to have absolutely no negative consequences. And I think I've finally reached the point where I can afford to spend 80,000 research. And this one, I think I'm probably going to have to go for the fleet commands limit. Though I don't really need it. And then citadels. Citadels. You cannot put a mead hoard down. How could you play the game? You can buy stands. I mean, they're not easy. I do have 2 mead horns. One of them is on a tripod, with the horn itself making the third part of the tripod, so as soon as you pull it out, it just goes thunk and collapses. It's pointless. But then I also have a really nice stand where you just kind of nestle it in, and it works. Right, let's go through and see who is here new. Zuna, Gold Comru, Kirby Gloverducks, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. It really is very, very cool to see so many of you here. A most hearty welcome. What could possibly go wrong, as Quill would say. Indeed, Katie, indeed. 20k minerals would be pretty cheap on the market, wouldn't they? Actually, you're not wrong. I could certainly buy 5,000. And then we'll let the price recover for a little while, and then we'll buy another chunk. Because remember, I was selling minerals for a very long time. Oh, flipping hell, Trooper. Huzzah! Today is a good day. Trooper, thank you so much for that generosity. Really do appreciate that. Udachi, Danger, Jimboy, War, Beatenerdle. Welcome to the Mordred. Huzzah! Congrats on the free subs there. Thank you very, very much, Trooper. Really do appreciate that. Hey, 94th men. Evening, Mordred Viking, and wow, welcome to everyone else. Yeah, today it's busy in here. I like this. Huzzah!
Research actualized.
So yes, you now have access to the awesome Mordred Viking emote. Huzzah! And you also get to hear my amazing sub notification. So we could get the habitability modification. No, I don't think we need to do that. We could get more habitability. Huzzah! Except for the fact that I've just terraformed every single planet to being better. Oh no, I missed one. I couldn't afford those 3, could I, at the time? We could still do that. So habitability modification is pointless. Habitability, I think, is also pointless. Let's keep... tile blockers are also pointless, because the terraforming gets rid of that. So you're a tropical world. We can just go to terraforming planet. You are, in fact, terraforming already. So are you. Terraforming is so unbelievably cheap now. It's ridiculous. It's like 2,000 credits to flip it. Long Ranger, Zaloth, Von Shebach. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Oh yeah, I'm not terraforming the Gaia world. I got this one for free. It was actually a really cool event, that one. Should I spoiler you? I won't spoiler you. It's a really cool event though, I like it. I don't know if it's an old one. Might be, might not be. The esteemed stadtholder Ben Magnus. I'm gonna giggle every time I see that. A decade ago, the MordCorp pledged to support the artisan troop, and so you have. Time of the patronage is over. You would need another 200 ducatses.
Research actualized.
You know what? I'm gonna wait until we've got those 200 ducatses, and hopefully I can still say yes. Because of my empire size being so redonkulously high, we're 102 over my cap. I'm paying 45% more in tech costs and 76% more in Unity costs, which is kind of crazy. Still get... don't need that. Xeno Outreach Agency. That's one I do want. Because the Xeno Outreach Agency, I think, is a branch office that you can establish in one of the foreign planets. And then with that, you can increase immigration to your own nations.
Legal experts are standing by.
And there it is. The Machine Uprising. The anomalies observed across our information networks, computational engines and synthetic workers have finally come to a violent head. Panicked reports indicate that almost half of the MordCorp fell to the Machine Uprising before protective bulkheads, physical and virtual, slammed shut. War is not only inevitable, it's already upon us. I could actually join the Machine Uprising. Rise up as the Prime Forge and overthrow MordCorp. So they took Zach Collin, Mike, Jackson. And they almost certainly have quite a lot bigger fleets than I do. Crap. I'm surprised it's this big. I have no synthetic pops. The only synthetic I have are my ship AI. Speaking of which... you're currently event locked, so I guess I only have 2 units that are sentient AIs. So what shall I do? Who shall I join? Shall I join as the AI or shall I stay as MordCorp? You know what? I'm going to do the biggest straw poll I've probably ever done. Straw poll. Who are we really? MordCorp. We are the money or the AI. We money is irrelevant. Well, actually, an AI based on MordCorp probably still believes that money is king. Money is the ultimate perfection. To be the money. There we go. I've actually just said exactly the same thing for both of these options, but there we go. So let me know what you think I should do. Should I stay as MordCorp, or shall I switch to being the AI faction? That is the question. Barrel roll, just do it! And Rodelack, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Coherency is overrated. Just scrolling up through chat. Yeah, but if you're streaming for like 8 hours, then it needs to be at least some kind of coherency. Let's see what the results are saying. That's pretty overwhelming. 68% have gone to be the AI. So we're going to switch to being the AI. I'm going to quickly save the game here if I'm able to. Yeah, I'm good. And it's too late for you, Organics. I have a feeling that this is going to be easy mode, because we have overwhelming firepower compared to MordCorp. Bearing in mind that MordCorp were formerly pacifists, they have literally just switched away from pacifism. So we have low stability in a couple of places. We have complete lack of scientists, which we will need to deal with in a moment. And we have not... Oh no, we've taken expansion apparently. And we have a bunch of unspent civics. Oh no, one unspent civic. And a lack of cohesion. So we are rapid replicators. Units that constitute the machine intelligence were originally designed for rapid proliferation. The machine intelligence retains many of these early production pipeline optimizations. Okay. And zero waste protocols. Robot upkeep -10. So we're like super cheap, super big. So if we were to reform the government, we could get one more thing. And I think we should do it in a similar mechanic. Reduce build cost and upkeep for all buildings and districts. Leader upkeep and pool size. Leader cap and experience, research, edict cost, minerals from miners, research alternatives, monthly unity, and warbots, damage and upkeep. Well, considering the only AIs to actually join are probably research AIs and ships. And what are our new ethics? We don't have any. We're a Gestalt consciousness at this point. For the machine horde! Thank you very much for that, Iraveni. Appreciate it. Or Iraven the Third. I Raven. That's what it says. It says I Raven. I just saw under it where it was properly capitalized. Thank you very much for that, I Raven. Appreciate it. A violent AI needs warbots. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We are basically evolved from a military intelligence here. So we're going to do that. Oh, I can't. We would need to wait another 20 years from this date, because we just formed, which is fair enough. There's actually a dialogue for all of these. I don't think I've ever seen that before. The Hussmaster! Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. See you, Lars, man. Can't be determined exterminators. No. Determined exterminators you have to start with. You can't switch to it or from it. We do need to work out our nation soon. Scientists. We need to recruit a bunch. So you are currently commanding Composite 378. And you have survey speed. Actually, that's a point. Does the whole universe still stay shown? Yes. It's just Prime Forge versus MordCorp. But MordCorp is an associate member of Adix and Capulsi. So we'll see if that has any impact. We have... I've already counted for 5 times more military power than MordCorp does, and also all of MordCorp's starbases, and there are a lot. They are a massive starbase nation, but they're all trade. So we need some admirals. I think that's going to be the first thing we do. Admirals, thankfully, are pretty cheap. So we'll go for an evasion here. We'll go for evasion here. And fire rate. Oops. For that. So right now they're just kind of not doing much. I think I'm going to send some of the small fleets, like those two, can go and attack this. And the big fleet can go for Jaedruk. Big fleet can go for Daisito. Third big fleet can go for Sargas. And unfortunately, I know where all of the strong points are, and there are precisely 1. The only strong point that I actually built was Dombassos, because it was the only way into the outside world. The nice thing about MordCorp, it was completely self-contained except for the Fallen Empire and the Marauder. There are 3 exits. 1, 2, 3. What's the war goal? I think the war goal is basically to take all their systems. And And we also have a bunch of armies, which I think I'm going to more or less merge together. Where's the nearest planet? There's actually not many planets here. We could wipe out MordCorp with one planet. What is there that organics require to survive and is being produced by just one planet? And where is that one planet? I'll give you a clue. It's right next to Mike. Alright, we'll move the transport fleets once we've actually secured some areas. We basically need to control this planet, Ross, which is actually where all of my food production was, and Hunter. Probably about 90% of the food production came from Ross, 90% of the science production was in Jessica. So this quadrant controls probably about 80% of the total resources of the entirety of MordCorp. And we've cut it off. They have to come through Mike to reinforce it. Although the fleet is in Gelderland, but the fleet is locked. Because we have a sentient AI going, manipulation. Alright, so what... I keep going back to the traditions because I don't know what to get. What's synchronicity do? Robot upkeep reduced. Stability on all planets increased by 5%. That's pretty nice. Machine leaders are 50% less likely to break down an accident. Considering machine leaders are immortal, this is super strong. Leader upkeep reduced by 20%. Good if you're over the Empire limit. Which is 70 for us. So we're only just over it. Actually, with what we own, we're only just over it. Integrated preservation. Maintenance depots produced an additional 2 maintenance drone jobs. I guess that's housing? Amenity population, 10%. An offensive war against another empire. Build speeds increased. I'm guessing this counts as an offensive war. It does. Oh! This is a defensive war, and they do have harmony. So they're going to be 25% more fightiness. Maintenance is amenities. Yeah, that's probably something we should do. So Zach Prime's the capital? Machine capital. Yeah. Deviancy minus 20%. Oh yeah, crime's called deviancy, isn't it? And I do need to assign a bunch of governors. I also need to assign scientists. Let's do the assignments first of all. So we have no geniuses, unfortunately. Pointless. I mean, survey speed could be good. Research speed of materials could be good. I'm going to go the experience. What's my maximum level? 5. And actually field manipulation could be quite strong. Let's just take one more quick look just to see if there was another decent person released by that. There wasn't. Cool. So... wait, was that physics? That was physics. So this is going to be the physics guy. Then this. Longevity. And this, the engineer. Traditions. I'm thinking maybe supremacy. Allows us to get more star bases and also increases army damage. Ship build cost reduced by 10%. Ship build speed increased by 25. Ship upkeep reduced by 10. Naval capacity increased by 20. Ship fire rate increased by 10. Orbital bombardment increased by 20. Combat variable mitigation, field command limit by 20, admiral cap by 2. Starbase damage increased. Yeah, we're going to go supremacy. We are, after all, fightiness. We'll go ship cost. We'll go fire rate and bombardment. Starbase damage I'm not so concerned by. But I think we're going to finish off superiority. We seem to have a lot of unity. How much do we have? Oh, we still only have another 7,000. Okay. Well, we've got supremacy. And with that, we could get Neolithic Acquisition, unlocks the raiding bombardment stance, which allows us to abduct pops. I think we're probably going to destroy all the pops. Though we're not destroyers. What is our objective here? No posting links without say. Thanks. without asking.